Hi everybody, hello, happy Sunday, happy whatever. Oh, Ms. Rev's just sent my iPad flying. Anyway, today, I think I'm relatively planned for. Days like that are always dodgy because things invariably go wrong when I say that. But I'm going to make a start because I've got quite a few things that I want to get through today, if possible. Right, so first up is, I'm really behind and I'm really sorry that I've been absent all week. It actually wasn't because I was sitting with my feet up having a high old time. I had other things, other projects, commissions and things to do. And I can't do everything. I just can't. You know, when let's get my sleeves rolled up, as Johnny would say. When you're in the midst of sort of a commission and my desk is covered in those papers and stuff, I just don't want to put them all away just to make a tag and then get them all out again. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. Right, so here we are. Here's my regular card tag base. It is, what is it? 7 by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to use the same template that I use for everything to cut my corners off at the top. Yeah, so I'm really behind on the 100-day project. Oh my goodness. But it is my intention to catch up. Definitely it is. Right, so I want to use this nice green paper. This is from Artie Mays. It's called Collage Taster Green, I think. It's the one that I use in the flippy flappy folios that I sell on Etsy. There's a series of them. There's green, there's blue, there's purple, there's yellow or gold, I'm not sure which you calls it, and there's a Christmas one. So this is the green one. So what I'm going to do is put some glue on here and then stick my paper onto it. Where's my glue here? So I hope you're all doing well. It's a really nice, bright, sunny day here today, and it really does make you feel better about life, without a doubt. A bit of sunshine always helps, doesn't it? We've had some, I did not mean to drop that glue on there. We've had some very grey and miserable days here this last week. So it's nice to have some sunshine. Generally after the live, Mr. F and myself, we go out for a little jaunt in the car. Just, there's a word for it, isn't there? Like de-stress sort of thing. That's not the word I'm thinking of. Right, I just want to stick this. This has got a border round, which, because I forgot to press borderless, so I just need to come in a little bit from the borders, otherwise I'm going to have, it's not going to be right. So let's just press that down there. What you doing? Oh, you're moving me. There's quite a bit of glue around this. So just get it wiped up. So I've been, sorry?
Just to say, Keong's with us today.
Yay, Keong! It's Australia that we might have problems with, actually, because their clocks changed this weekend. So they're now in summertime, I guess, because the other one's daylight saving, isn't it? I believe.
And a special welcome to April, who's in Surrey.
Hello, April. Welcome along.
Picked the right month to join us.
Yeah, you certainly did. Mr. F's birthday's in April. So I'm just cutting this off around the card, trying to make a decent job of it. Yeah, we generally go for a little bit of a jaunt, and it's such a joy to do it at this time of year when all the little new lambs are in the field. Oh my goodness, I love new lambs as much as I love blue tits. Did you see the opening screen today? Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it? Blue tits, nothing finer. So there we have it, just our regular tag covered in that lovely green paper, collage paper, and I'm going to make a side pocket, and I'm going to use this so you can see that lovely butterfly on it. So let's just, I've already been at this, as you can see. I've been fussy cutting. So this is kind of the remnant really that I'm left with. So let's just trim this off and see what we've got. Cut that there, and I'm gonna trim that border off that shouldn't have been there in the first place, because it's upsetting me. I'm upset by the border. Let's see if I can get this something like straight. Excellent. Right, so I just want a corner pocket, but I want it to go right up to there. So let's nip that corner together. So I've got a nice point there. Lovely, and then just bring it down. That should be all right. Let's have a look, see what we've got, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's fine. And I just need to trim it off. Pencil, thank you. Trim it off there, and we've got ourselves a nice corner pocket. So it should be 3 3/4, and it is. By golly. There we are. So for those of you that are taking part in the journal tag swap, which is on my details of which are over on my Facebook group, Miss Painterlot's Junk Journal group, make the most of this month, because I'm never doing it again. I have had so many people. I must have had 10,000 people. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. Contact me because their partner, whoever they're partnered with, hasn't responded to their request to make contact. There's nothing really I can do about it. I asked people who were interested and wanted to do it to put their name below a post. Loads of people did, and now people are trying to contact them. I've paired them up. People are trying to contact them, and there's nothing coming back from them. So it's a nightmare really. So we don't need nightmares in our lives, so it's not going to happen ever again.
Could you just tell Jean the size of the tag again?
Yeah, it's 7 inches tall and it's 3 3/4 inches wide. Hiya Jean. So I've just inked around there, and I'm just going to ink around this our little corner pocket. So this is just a nice quick tag, just to get my numbers up for my 100-day project. I am going to sew some buttons on in a minute, and that will slow me down a little bit. There we are, so we're inked around there. And I just want to glue this piece down here. It just lends a bit of support to the edge that's open, where things will be going in and out of. So I mean, it's just a random shape, but it doesn't matter, that's fine. If random does your head in, square it up before you stick it down. But I'm all right with that, that's fine. There we go. So that's going to go onto there, just like that. And just once again, for those of you that are new to the channel or you've forgotten or whatever, my tags are all 3 3/4 inches across this way, and from here to the top is 7 inches, and then I just cut my corners off from that.
Paula Brooker says, where do we find who we're partnered with?
There's a tag right at the top of the Facebook group post, sorry, it's tagged to the top. So if you go to my group, Miss Painterlot's Junk Journal group, it's the first post you come to. It's right at the top, and the list of who everybody is partnered with by country is in there. So I think it's UK first, then USA, I think, then Australia and Canada, but you're all there. Right, so I've got some buttons here. They are genuinely vintage, and I just want 3. I didn't have any green, so we're using cream, but that's fine, that'll be okay. And I want to put them onto my pocket. So I'm just going to make myself a little line where I want my buttons to go, because I don't really want them to be wonky wonk. I think 5/8 is good. I like that. So I'm just going to draw a little line along there. There we go. Right. I'm going to use my crochet cotton. It's cotton perlé. It's nearly at the end. Oh my goodness. That has seen me through so many journals. It's quite incredible. Right, so I'm going to put my button on the line. I can see the holes, the line through the holes. I'm going from the top through like so. Hang on to that end. And then I'm going to just go from the top with my needle through to the line and come back up there. Now I've made a hole, I know where I'm going, or I should anyway. Yeah, this is the sort of thing you can do when you're not being videoed and it all goes perfectly well. And then I'm just going to tie it off so we've got a nice knot on the top. And I like the way that looks. If you don't, do yours the way you want to do it. You don't even have to put any thread anywhere near it. Just glue the buttons on. We'll be fine. So I'm just doing a reef knot, right over left, left over right. That is to say I'm attempting to do a reef knot. There we go, like that. And just trim the ends off. Leave them as long or as short as you desire. So I've got another 2 buttons to sew on. So it just takes time, so bear with.
Jean said she never even thought of sewing through paper by hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah, indeed. You don't want too big a needle, and you don't want your holes to be too close together. That's all I would say. Otherwise you'll end up with perforations like a stamp and it'll just all come apart.
Judy says she likes buttons. That's a surprise.
I kind of knew Judy liked buttons, I think. Judy likes ornamentation, doesn't she? So I'm just lining that up with my line so I can see the line through the hole. Make a hole where I need to come up. There we go. Look at that. How effortless was that? Pretty effortless, really. So let's just cut that off, tie a knot. I think it just, and I'm sure Judy would agree, it just adds something. It's like you haven't just made the quickest tag that you could make. Which sometimes in a journal, that has to happen. You just have to make the quickest tag you can make because, you're confronted by, well, if you've seen some of Ki Young's work, and I'm not suggesting any of the tags she made were quickies, but my goodness, that grimoire that she made, oh, what a piece of work that was. 4 huge signatures. I mean, hats off. So the same here, just to make sure that you can see the holes and then you'll be straight. Leave a sort of equal spacing if you can. And I'm just pushing that through there so I can see where to come up. There we go. Yeah, I mean, on my group this week, there has been some fabulous work. I mean, really fabulous. It's kind of like I left you alone and you all started producing better stuff than you do when I'm around. Really, really nice work. Thank you to everybody who's posted. It's such a joy to see everybody's work. And I'm sure, I'm not alone in that. We all like to see and we get inspired by other people's work. So there's my buttons on there.
Kyung says it took forever.
I bet it did, but blimey, what a work of art. What a work of art. And I liked your Edith. Kyung's been producing madly this week. She had an Edith Holden journal as well. And she had a blue writing journal. Come on. You're making us all look bad. Right, so that's going to get stuck on there. But before I do, if you're sliding a card in and out of here, it's possible that they'll just catch on that and tear it, or your card will get stuck. I don't like either of those options, so I'm going to take just a little piece of washi tape and stick it over the backs of the buttons. It does also secure the thread just a little bit more in case you need it. So I'm just popping that over there. Got a bit of excess here. Press that down. This is really sticky washi, so I'm not going to bother putting glue on it. Just press it down firmly. If you're using washi that isn't very sticky, put some glue on first. Otherwise, you're going to have the same problem. You'll be putting your card in, it'll get stuck on your washi, and that's just too annoying for words. Right, so let's stick this down then onto there. Yeah, it's the most beautiful spring day here. It really is. There we go. So Jania's off to the beach with her sister. Doesn't that sound glorious? I hope they have a lovely time. Jealous? Me? Yeah, I'm jealous. I am jealous. There's quite a lot of you contacted me and said you couldn't make today because you've got family commitments, or worse, you've got work, or maybe not worse, depends on which way you look at it. So there we are, that's that. Now I want to make a little tag to go in it, and I'm using, this is a Tim Holtz coordination paper. There's lots of things you can do with this. You can really rough it up, you can sandpaper it, you can do all sorts of things to it. I'm leaving it exactly as it is. I love that colour and I think it goes with this. I just need to knock the tops off my card, and I'm going to use the same angle. It's a bit big actually for this size of card, but it does match with the angles I've got on the base, and that pleases me. I'm not going to ink around here because I don't like the look of this card when it's inked around. But if you're using something other than that, just a pattern paper, and you've inked around there, you might want to ink around your card as well. And this is just a piece from the collage. It's actually from this sheet here, I'll show you. From this sheet here. Isn't that a beautiful collage? I love it. So just chop that bit out. Backed it with the cream card that I back everything with, went round it with some ink, so I've got that now. And I'm going to make a hole in those. So let's just make a pencil mark. Well, I'll use my fine liner, then I can see it. So that measures a touch over 2 inches. So I'll just make my mark there for my hole. And the top of this measures 1.5 inches. So a little hole, a little mark there. And I'm just going to use the smaller hole on here because I'm not going to put a whatchamacallit in an eyelet. I've still got last time's paper in there, which is annoying to say the least. That's one thing about this that really does annoy me. It doesn't clear the paper very well. But apart from that, I really like it. Somebody said just flip it. Well, I'm flipping, it doesn't flip out. It's a flipping pest. And the centre of here. That's not the centre. That doesn't look like the centre at all. That's probably because it's not. Oops, I'm going to have a mark. Going to have a mark where I didn't want to mark. I'm going to use the big hole now because I've botched that up. And I'm going to put a... See, this is a way of fixing it. Cover it up with an eyelet. So let's just set that in there, and then nobody will know that I couldn't measure. There we go. Right, so got that and that. And my twine, let's just cut a length of that off. And I've got a lovely little charm. I've got washi stuck to my hand. It's just, see, it's just a pretty little flower. Really like it. So I'm going to take my twine and go through the little hole in the charm. That's the beauty of this very thin twine, it's excellent. Through the eyelet that I've just put on the smaller of the tags, through the hole on the larger of the tags, pull that up together. I want those to be quite close to each other. And I'm just going to knot it at the top. Nothing more sophisticated than that. You know, if you want to use ball and chain stuff, that would work really well. I'm just using twine and I'm using a straightforward knot. Okay. So there we go. So that's pretty, isn't it? So the large one fits into the pocket and the smaller one fits over the top, and I like that look. I've been doing that quite a lot recently, and I just like the way it looks. But we need something on the top, and I have a little bit of ribbon, which I think is about the right colour, and I'm going to do what I always do. Sorry, it's getting so predictable, this, but it works. So if it works, I ain't fixing it, because it's not broke. So that's the middle there. Definitely that is the middle. And I'm just going to use my big... I'm going to take that out for a minute. We don't need that right at this minute. Just make my hole. I should have laid out 2 of these, but I wasn't thinking ahead. Nothing new there, particularly. Just set that. And pop our ribbon in. Now, do I need all of that ribbon? I don't think so. Let's cut it in half. And hope that we've got enough. If not, we'll put plan B into operation. Not sure, don't ask. Don't even know. Don't even know what a plan B could be. Oops, there we go. I hope this is long enough. Time will tell. So I'm just threading that through and then bringing it down for those of you that have missed how I do this. So there's my 2 ends, and I'm now going to attempt to make a bow. I'm laughing because I know I'm useless at it. Oh, come on, look at that. Ha! Perfect. First time. Well, I've lost the end, but apart from that, we're doing all right. Where's the end then? It's in there somewhere. My thumb is almost better, but it's still a bit of a nuisance, really, because it doesn't feel right at the end. I don't have enough feeling in it. So there we are. We've got a nice bow. Let's just trim those Actually, ooh, I use my big scissors. And for this one, I don't want too much. And then this goes back in. Like that. And there we have it. There's our pretty little first tag of the day. I hope you like it.
April says, watching this be, you make me realise I'm so deficient in lots of stuff, including ribbon.
Ribbon, do you know, it doesn't matter, it seems to me anyway, it doesn't matter how much ribbon I buy, and I do buy quite a bit, I never have the right colour or the right thickness. It's just, I mean, this is the last bit of green ribbon I've got to my name. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I have ordered some seam binding this week, some from eBay. Those of you in the UK that wonder where I get my seam binding from, I get it from, I get it off eBay, and the seller's name is Cross and then some numbers. But I've found her to be really, really good in the past. I like her. She's, you know, she's quick, efficient, and her stuff is nice. Right, so that's the green one. Now, prior to that, I did a yellow one. So there's the yellow one. Now, those of you that are in the tag swap will know that the theme for the tag swap is yellow. There we go. That is my tag for the tag swap. And for that that's the yellow that I used, which I think is mustard seed. All the colours in the coordinates pack coordinate with the rest of the distress colours. So there we have it. There's two. I'm counting them separate from a 100-day project. Why not? So that's that. Right, let's move on to something else. Oh my goodness, can I actually carry this?
Louise says she's loved how amazed you are with yourself when you get the bow right.
Well, it's quite amazing, that's why. Right, so I've got some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that.
Jaded Kimmy says hi.
Jaded?
Jaded Kimmy.
Oh, I hope you're not too jaded. Maybe you're made of jade. So I've got this stencil. It's from Lavinia Stencils. This is the first time that I've used it today, and when I got it out of the pack, that was bent up, which has annoyed me no end, I can tell you. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off there. That's a nice green, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh, that could be useful if you backed it. It's lovely that, isn't it? Nice inky background. Right, I'm going to use this as just a kind of protector, really. And I've got my white card that I use, which is, I think, 330 GSM. And I've just cut it, same as ever. It's 3 3/4 by 7. And I'm going to use some texture paste. Now, any sort of modelling paste, relief paste, texture paste that you've got is fine. Use what you've got. Don't go out and buy distress. You don't need to. I just, in one of the big job lots that Mr. F got, it happened to be in it. So that's what I'm using.
Marta Stilts says, good morning from Sully, California.
Good morning, Marta. Nice of you to join us. Thank you. I'm going to try and put it as much to this side as I can, so I don't have this flippy floppy bit there.
And Joyce Sloman says, love your videos, your sense of humour, and your sense of humour.
Thank you.
Hugs from Canada.
Oh, Canada. Is Bernice with us today? I always think of Bernice when people say Canada. She might be with her sisters, her family. Do you remember the time when Bernice said to us that she wouldn't be on the live because she was going bed raising? And I thought she meant like Amish people do, you know, when they raise a barn. I thought bed raising was a similar sort of thing. I thought. Turned out anyway she was making raised beds for the garden, so oh, it amused me at the time. Right.
And still does,
And
obviously.
still does, yeah, it still does when I think about it. Right, so get yourself a good wadge. This is a plastic spatula. I'm not familiar with how they work. I usually use my own palette knife. I don't know why I'm using it today, just to see if I can fail. So you just spread it like as if you were icing a cake, and frosting a cake, I think you call it in the US. This relief paste is right at the end of its life. It's quite dry. It takes a bit of persuading to go on smoothly. I will say that. But I haven't used any sort of mixed media things for ages, and I was feeling that I needed to. So I'm just sort of smoothing that over. Get another dollop.
But he says she's got it still makes you smile.
I'm glad it didn't offend you. So there we go. So just, it doesn't matter if you miss bits, it really doesn't. But, you know, give it your best shot. That bit of stencil that's sticking up is just beyond annoying. I don't know, I'm wondering if heat might bring it back. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm just spreading this over a piece of white card. So you use whatever stencils you've got. And if you haven't got stencils, what I would say is you could always emboss it and you'd get a nice, you know, that way that I showed you with the ink. If you ink your embossing pad, your embossing plate, are they called? Folder, that's the word. Then you'll get a nice background that way.
Tammy said she missed it. Is that texture paste?
Yeah, it's it is distress texture paste, but it's kind of near the end of its life. It's very dry. I might get another go out of it, but that will be it. Right, as Timmy calls it, now the dismount. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Now, I don't know. I've chosen white on white. I mean, like a numpty. That's just such a stupid thing to do on a video. But get the lid on your texture paste as soon as you can. The more air that it comes in contact with, the less it likes it and it dries up. So, can I give you...
Ellen Baylor says she's late to the party.
Hi, Ellen.
Good to see you back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, so what I'm going to do now, while this is still wet, is put it onto a piece of paper, and I'm going to put some, I don't know where to lift it up actually, to be honest with you. I'm going to put some embossing powder on it. And this is the colour that I'm using. Look at it, it's like a mint green. For those of you who go by Timmy colours, it's cracked pistachio. It's what it looks like to me. This is a wow powder, green shimmer. So it's got little bits of sparkle in it, which I quite like. Right. And I'm just going to, I don't think this has ever been used actually, this one. Yeah, look, it's a Sizzix colour, that's what it is. So I'm just going to hold that down there and just sprinkle this on. Ooh, it's gone quiet. Right, let's see if that's okay. It's hard to know where to touch this. Oh, not very much has stuck to that. I think it's just a light colour actually. Looks quite nice though. Can you see it? I quite like it. I might give it another go. It is glittery, which is what I wanted. So let's just put... Whoa! Missed the pot. That's quite typical of me. I'm just going to put this here and sweep it onto there. And put that in the pot. There we go. I think that's probably okay. I don't know if I could get any more to stick to that or not. Looks like it's fairly covered to me. Let's try a little bit down at the bottom corner, and if it works I'll do the whole thing. Thank you. No, that's it. It's saturated with stuff. I can't get any more to stick to it, so that's all right. I was thinking it was going to be darker, but that's okay. Whatever it is, whatever it is. Let's just wipe off this onto me so I can be glittery all day. I can be glittery. There we go. Now I'm gonna set this, as it were, you know, melt it, and because the relief paste isn't dry, it will bubble up a bit, but don't worry about that. Just go with it. You could leave it to dry and then do it. I do not have time for such things. So make sure that your embossing gun is good and hot before you start. Sorry about the noise. It's really difficult with this to know when it's gone. That's it. Come on. Just sort of puffs up a little bit and you know it's gone. Actually, this stuff's starting to really twinkle when it goes. So it does just take a minute or two, so just be patient with it. It's looking more of a colour now. I don't know if it's coming through on camera or not, but it's looking a wee bit darker now. And it's looking very, very pretty. So just take your time, make sure you've got it all cooked. There we go. I think that's all done. Yeah, you can see that better now. It's really pretty. It's just so delicate and gorgeous. Got a bit there that doesn't have any business being on there. So yeah, that's using the, whatever it's called, texture paste through a stencil, any stencil that you like, and then using embossing powder on the top and then emboss it. And that's really quite, can you see that's quite, yeah, you can, quite glittery. So I want to stick that onto my base because for all that was thick card, it's now a bit flippy floppy, so it needs to be backed. So we shall do just that. I'll tell you what I was doing just before I came on live. I was doing a video for all the Edith ephemera that we made from the Edith book. Do you remember? I tell you, I was surprised how much there was. I've been meaning to get it up on Etsy for sale for a while now, and I just had the opportunity today to make a video for it, so I'll list that probably later on. And the other thing that I videoed was all the things. Do you remember when we, I'm sure you will, what's in Miss P's drawers? What an amount of stuff we made. We were prolific. Just make sure that's right. There we go, that's lovely. Push it down a bit, there we go, that's really nice. And then obviously there's just the ears at the top to cut out. Oh, that is so delicate. It's a bit too delicate for a video, I apologise, but it really is lovely. Let's just cut its lugs off. There we go. And then I have got some Prima flowers. Anybody that's bought Prima flowers knows I must have been off my rocker to buy these because they're so expensive, but they are so pretty. And I did have a paper pack that they went with, but I don't have it any longer. So I have used some of these. So I thought that it would go really nicely with that colour. I mean, it's just perfect. And I've got some of this seam binding that I thought would go. And that has been dyed with cracked pistachio by our lovely Hilda. So I've got the 3 different flowers in this same colour. So I don't know whether to just use the 3, those 3. I like those. I've also got some leaves. These are the other end of the spectrum. These are from Hobbycraft. So we've got beautiful Prima flowers and Hobbycraft leaves.
Kyung says she loves Prima flowers. It's a thing she splurges on.
Oh, they're beautiful. They really are. They're gorgeous. They're so pretty. And I don't mind if that comes over the edge just a little bit. I quite like that idea. And I think now I've got the leaves on, I think I am just going to leave that colour. It's just, it's understated elegance. What do you think of that?
Like me.
Like you. Yeah, the other colours I've got are this printed green, that blue, that's one of my favourite colours ever. These ones that are are a print, and obviously the pink and another blue. But I like that. I do like it. I'm just kind of going through it in my head, and I'm pleased with what I've got, so let's just leave it at that.
Flo's joined us.
Hi Flo! Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing alright. There we go. So they can go back in the flower drawer. You know, last week I was doing the laminated dried flowers, and I couldn't, for love nor money, find the dried flowers that I had. Well, I found them. They were in the sewing drawer. Of course they were. Why would they not be? Right, so the other thing that I want to put on there is this, and it says choose to shine, which I'm just going to put down there. But before I do that, I actually want to go around it and just put a bit of embossing powder on it. It's just looks a bit, it was longer, I've chopped it off because it was too long for my liking. Let's open this. I'm just going to use my well, it's an embossed dual pen, was another thing that came from Mr. F, and I'm just going to make a mark just down the edges here. You know, sometimes I ink it, whatever. This time I'm just going to put that embossing powder on again. Can't get too much of a good thing. Well, you can, can't you? That's the problem. You have to be careful. So I'm just going around there with my embossing pen. Sprinkle this on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. See if I can lift that up. Yeah, I mean, even there it doesn't look like there's a lot on, but there's enough. I'm telling you, there's enough.
Robin says hi.
Hi, Robin.
She's popped in because she's watching you on the big screen.
Oh, my goodness. All my mistakes magnified. No getting away from them, is there?
Welcome to my world.
So that's that. So let's just cook this. And then we're finished cooking.
Sue Cox says hi, it's the first live.
Hi.
Your channel is so inspirational.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. It's so nice when people say that. I'm always heartened by it. Because sometimes I think to myself, people must think, what is she doing day after day? So let's just cook this on. I just think that if I do things and one person finds a bit of inspiration in it, then that's great, isn't it? It might not be that you're doing exactly what I'm doing. You might be doing something completely different, but something that I say might just strike a note. So there we are, that's going there. So right, let's stick these down. And for this time I'm going to use Distress Collage Medium. Now, Tim tells me that the drying time for collage medium, he says it often, it has a drying time of now. Now, unless every single pot, tube, whatever of collage medium I've had is defective in some way, the drying time is not now. It does take a little while to dry. It will stick almost anything to anything, I will say that in its defence. But it does take a little while to dry. Right, so when you're finished with your collage medium, or any glue that's got a narrow thing, if you just bang it, it takes the glue down away from that nozzle and it won't get so stuck up. So I'm just putting my glue down at the point there.
Tammy says she usually watches the replays on a telly, and her grandson walks in and always asks, what is Miss P up to now? He's 7.
Oh, what's his name? What's his name, Tommy? Let's say hello to him so we can hear his name. I know we generally have Sophia, our lovely Sophia, and we generally have Chloe as well from Australia, who watches, I believe. So hello to Sophia, and hello to Chloe. Caden. Hello, Caden. What's Miss P up to? Well, I'm sticking some flowers on a piece of paper. It's not that exciting, is it, really? Again. I'm always doing that. So there's my 3 leaves on. Let's have a look and see if they kind of look at the right angle. See, I can move this around absolutely at will because it hasn't stuck down yet. So let's pop this one on.
And Tammy said it's pronounced K-Don.
K-Don. Caden. K-Don.
Yeah.
I said Caden, I think.
So did I.
K-Don. Caden. K-Don. Now we've said it loads of times. Caden. K-Don. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. When I was little, there wasn't very many people called Fiona around. It was more common in Scotland, I'll grant you that, but in England there wasn't that many people called Fiona. And people, you know, if they were sending me a birthday card or Christmas card or whatever, did not know how to spell it. And they used to spell it like piano with an F. So it was Fiano. But, you know, I mean, now it's a much more common name. Actually, at my school, there was only one other Fiona, and she, unbelievably, was a Fiona Mitchell as well. So, 2 Fionas, 2 Fiona Mitchells. So there we are, we've got those stuck on. I just want to stick this on too. Let me just get my ruler out so I can make sure I've got it stuck on square.
Tommy says either way it's an American accent thing.
Ah. Oh, that's why we're rubbish at it. I'm going to put the bottom of it 1.25 inches up from the bottom of my tag. Yeah, sorry. My American accent's pretty woeful. Although I do listen to American YouTubers all the time. Constantly. Watch a lot of your news channels and things. So get that straight, and then I can drop that onto there, knowing that it's straight. So there we are. Lovely. That's nice. This is very delicate. Very delicate. Right, so what am I going to do at the top? Tie a bow as per norm.
Sinead said, "This is beautiful, so elegant."
It's elegant, isn't it, Sinead? It's changed for me.
And Jean says, "Wow, and I love the name Fiona."
Oh, thank you, Jean.
And Julie says, "Absolutely lovely. She'd love to see it done in blue."
Oh, might do that in the week, Judy. It'll be another tag for my
Catch up.
catch up. Yeah. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. I'll see if I've got any blue ribbon. I think I might have ordered some tape.
Flo says, "Growing up with Florence was a nightmare."
Well, you see, Florence, to me, living in this country, the first thing I think about is the magic roundabout.
First thing I think about is my grandmother.
Yeah, well, your gran was called Florence, wasn't she? Florence is a nice name. It's kind of got some gravitas to it.
Nice name, nice city.
Nice city. Oh, Florence, I've never been. I'd love to go see the art museum. But there you go. Right, so let's just put this in, set this. Put my ribbon in. I know I've got too much here. I know it. But it all, you know, because it's scrunched up, it all springs back. There we go. We've got to this time again, guys. It's bow tying time.
E-Paper E says, "Why have I never thought of this ruler trick?"
Well, if you were as bad as I am, you'd have thought of it, because I can't get anything straight. I'm hopeless. Right, so I think a little bit less. I don't want to... Yeah, that's fine. Let's chop the ends off that. There we go. Right. There we have it. I'm not inking round it at all. Otherwise, I think I'd spoil the delicacy of it. So there we have it, guys. I hope you can see that green. It's very glistening and pretty. And those prima flowers are just gorgeous. So there we have it. So that's on white card. I've done that on white card. But you could do it if you wanted to on a coloured card. And there is the pink version. And I could have left the relief paste, the whatever it's called, texture paste, and just put a white powder on it, or just a glitter, straight up glitter on it, which would have been, it would have been white on pink, and that would have looked quite nice. Didn't think of that till after I'd done it. But you know, you could easily. So that's my two, and this is for last week's tag challenge, where the challenge was flowers. It was F. I've used flowers. There's a shocker. So those two tags now can be counted in my 100-day project. I hope you like those, and I hope you can see them okay on the screen. Let's have a look. You can just about. They're very pretty. Are they stuck? Let's just leave them and hand those to Mr. F for just now. Oh, they can go there. They can probably go there.
Take them over there. finished with those ones as well.
Yeah, but usually at the end I do a roundup.
That's true.
A roundup of what I've done. Right, so the next one is the theme for this next week. And the theme for next week's tag is... Did you get it from the video at the start? Birds! No, usually Mr. F gives you some sort of esoteric video that may or may not relate to whatever the theme's going to be. And I have to get him to explain it to me. You know, what is that video about and how does it relate to the theme? But this time it was pretty straightforward. It was a bluted and the theme is birds. So,
Double bluff.
Yeah, once again, going back to this beautiful green collage paper from Andrea at Artie Mays, I'm going to make a tag, is what I'm going to do. And I've got loads of it here. And it's got birds on the collage paper. And as you saw before, I'd already fussy cut some out. I'll show you one of the pages with a bird on, if I can find one. Yeah, there we go. There's a page with a bird on, and she'd used it reversed on a collage in another place. So I cut that out, and that was on another page, which I've also cut out. So I've got 2 bird fussy cuts, and then all this paper to amuse myself with. I do love her collage kits. I know that she has fun making them, and it really shows because they're lovely. Right, so here I've got, well, this could well be a piece of American letter or A4, it doesn't matter. And I've just cut it from your 8.5 down to 7, or your 8.25 down to 7. So the top of it, you know, the width of it is 7 inches all along. And what I'm going to do is get my scoreboard out. Making good time today. 2 tags down. Not quite an hour. Remarkable. Remarkable. Right, so I'm going to score at 3 3/4, which is our regular size for a tag. Then I'm going to score at 3 3/4 again, which brings me to 7.5. And then 3 3/4 again, which brings me to 11.25. Let me count it. 1, 2, 3... 11.25. I was right. I should not doubt myself. 11.25. So there we go. And I'm just going to score that, but I am actually going to chop that off. So that's me finished with that. So I'm just going to, I might as well use my chopper to chop it. Oops, don't know what fell there, but something. So I've got 3 sections that are 3 3/4. So, bearing in mind, guys, that the side that you scored on, so the side that's got the dimple in it, always gets folded to the outside. So that's the side I scored, so I'm folding it that way, like that. Okay, that's the way that's best for your paper. So generally there will be one that fits inside the other more easily, despite the fact you've marked them all the same. Sometimes there's just one that wants to go inside the other one more readily, and it's that for me. I don't know why that is. It just is. So play around and see if you can get it. You'll see one side just fits inside the other better than the other way around. And just make sure it's nice and square.
April says, nice to see another lefty at work.
You know, sometimes if there's been a problem with the sound, or I think I might have made a mistake in a video or whatever, which is not rare, I'll watch a video back, and to me it still looks weird watching myself using my left hand. It just doesn't seem, looks a bit upside down or something, I don't know. Anyway, there we have it, that's that. And I'm going to whack the lugs off. That's just not quite square. Let's just get that square. So, same template as I always use, so they're all the same. And other side. There we go. Right, so what we have now is a little, it's a trifold, it's a tag trifold. I don't know why I'm surprised, I know what it is. And it just needs inking around. So go make yourself a brew or do whatever you've got to do. And I'm just going to ink around this. Because I want to, you don't have to. I just like things that are inked. Some things I don't ink, as you've already seen today. But I do like, with that collage paper, which I've used quite a lot, I do like a bit of ink.
We have Louise, April and Kareem are all lefties.
Whoa! Go lefties! We can't help it, we're just superior.
Kyung says a tag trifold sounds like a tag trifle.
It does a bit. I wish it was. I've got this new sensor on my arm. Is that all done? That monitors my blood glucose constantly. And you can get a reading at any time from your phone. You just hold it up to like the back of your arm and it tells you where your blood glucose is. And I'll tell you something, it does not make you accountable. Oh my goodness. There is no sneaking anything, any treats or anything like that. Not that I have to sneak things with Mr. F. I mean, he's not like a jailer or anything. But, you know, for my own peace of mind, I just don't want that monitor to be going up. So, yeah, it's spoilt my fun.
Betty Pecky's lefty too.
Yay, Betty. What a lot of lefties. Excellent. Whoops. Don't worry, it's all getting covered, so don't worry about it. Right, that's all done there. That's not, the middle bit's not done. There we go.
Jilly too.
Blimey, Jilly as well. So many lefties. Right, so I think is that the way I had it? No. Which way did I have it? Must have been that way, I think. Right, okay. So now I'm going to cover, I'm going to cover this piece here. The outside, the sort of front outside, as it were. And I want, because it's about birds, I want a bird on the front. So I'm going to use this piece here. And that bird should, I think, just fit onto there. Let me just see if I hold it up to the light. Yeah, it's going to fit.
Mike says, sorry, he's got to go.
Oh, well.
Jen got called into work and he's cooking.
Oh. I thought Jen was quiet. Mr. F hadn't said anything Jen had said. I just want it slightly smaller than, you know, just to sit in like a mat for those of you that used to make cards. So let's just trim that. Hopefully this is okay because I haven't got a spare if it's not. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, let's just trim that. This is another one that I've forgotten to do full page. I've got margin around it. Right, I need it. It's quite near the top, that. But the width is okay. Right. I'm just going to trim this off the top. That white margin. And put this on here and see where I need to cut the bottom off, which is about there. There we go. Right. So just need to trim my lugs off quickly.
Bye, fancy Nancy.
Oh, bye, Nancy. Thanks for joining us, though. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's modelling paste and embossing powder. It's a nice thing. I like it. Right, so just a quick ink, nothing major, just to take that the white core of the paper away, because I don't like it when you can see that. There we are. So let's start on our inking, our sticking quest. Inquest, I don't mean an inquest. Sticking quest. Yeah, so my naughty eating habits have been curtailed considerably, entirely, in fact. I did break out on Thursday and I had a scone. I love scones, they're just so nice. I had a scone, but it sent my blood glucose up so much that I don't think I'll be doing that again. I don't think it was too good for me. It's awful when you can actually sort of see in real time how naughty you are. Right, there we go. So that's the front, like that. Then I'm going to move inside, and I'm just going to use that's perfectly nice, no reason why I can't use that. I don't particularly want them all running on. I want them to look separate. Separate, yes. So I want that. I want to cut that there. And let's see what height I need it. There. Oh, I think I'd rather have that at the top. So I'll cut that there. So there's quite a lot of cutting to fit, but I find doing it this way is easier than measuring everything and doing it that way. I find if I measure things, they never fit. This is just an easier way of going on for me. You might not find it so. So this is quite a lot for one tag. This is a big tag, really. Well, it's 3 tags, but I'm not counting it as 3. Although, maybe I could, I don't know. But I'm just going to say it's 1 tag. It's just a fancy tag. Sometimes it's quite nice to have something different, you know, a bit of journaling on your tags. Because as much journaling as you can get in a journal is good, isn't it? Sometimes I think we forget that. We get carried away by the pretties, that we forget that it is actually a journal. That's one thing I will say Keon never forgets. She's always got lots of journaling in hers, and you know, they work really well as a journal. But don't go over to buy them now, because they've gone. They didn't last half an hour. They didn't last 5 minutes. So I do, as I say, particularly like this green. She does do a blue one. If I'd been thinking about Judy, I would have done it in blue, because Judy likes blue. But I like the green. I find it quite restful. It just fits in there, just nicely. Whoops, we're on the move. Just keep it away from the fold line. Let's get a different piece. This piece, perhaps. Something different.
Judy says she got the blue kit back when you used them on the flippy floppy folios.
Ah, did you? They're really nice. I like them a lot. It's unusual for me to use something so often. I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't do it, but I usually use things once and then I've sort of lost interest in them. Get excited when you get a new kit. I have to do that this way. And you print it out, and sometimes that's as far as it gets. You print it out and you don't do anything with it. I'm quite guilty of that, actually. Okay, where's my mark? Oh, it's there. Lovely. So this is just going to take time, guys. It just takes time. Chop my lugs off.
Robin Spencer would like to know whose digitals are these.
They are Artymaze. Artymaze. And I think they're called Green Collage Taster. But you'll see, if you see them, you'll see there is a whole sort of batch of them. There's a sepia one, which is gorgeous. A blue, a purple, a gold, and a green, and a Christmas one. Yeah. And I think they're really inexpensive, I seem to remember. Do you remember, Judy? They weren't expensive, were they? And I've used mine loads for loads of things. And I still, still get orders for the flippy floppy folios. So I use them for those.
Louise says she's bought some 49 Market botanical paper. Timmy's field note stamps. More of his stamps on the way.
Who said that?
Louise.
Louise. Well, you can't go wrong, is all I can say. I mean, they are... The field note stamps are probably the best set in the world. The other sets that I really like from Timmy are I think they're called Eccentric and the Correspondence one. And they're the ones that's got loads of little stamps with numbers on and interesting things. And I've had a lot. In fact, I use my field notes so much that I had to buy a second set. Because
Judy said she would say $2 and some change.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't think they were dear at all. So that's that one. We're getting places, guys. We're getting places. Right, what else have I got? Well, I could use the other side of that. This side. Let's chop off the margin. I was in a hurry when I printed these out, as you can see, and I forgot just to ask it to print borderless. But that's just an inconvenience. It doesn't really matter. Right, so I'll put that into there and just mark it. Saves all that measuring malarkey. And that down to where I want it, and a mark up there. Yes, I must admit, I am absolutely, at the moment, besotted with 49 Market. I really, really am. The papers are just gorgeous. I mean, I still love Timmy paper. I love everything Timmy, really. But the 49 Market, oh my goodness me. And sad for me, they seem to bring out new patterns quite regularly. But at the end, I'll show you the papers that I've got for the next project that I'm doing. Do you remember the flippy floppy that I showed you last Sunday? Well, I caused a bit of a furore with that, actually, because I sold it to somebody. Somebody messaged me and and asked if they could have it, and I sold it to them. But other people wanted it. So, yeah, I disappointed some people, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to make another well, it's not similar because it's not botanical, but it'll be the same flippy flappiness. Because, as you guys know, I do like a bit of flippy flappy. I love it. I can't stop putting flips and flaps in things once I get started. And I really like doing it. So I've got a new kit that I'm going to be starting on probably tomorrow or the next day. And I'll show you that at the end. I've got it in a box by my side, ready to show you.
Judy says, do you have any of the new Kathy Holden videos?
No, I don't actually. I did look at them and then thought, you know what? It's kind of more of the same. I like her things, as you know. But I've got Timmy and I've got some 49 and Market stuff. And the latest Timmy stuff that he brought out, I think is very like Kathy Holden stuff.
He says, have you tried any Stamperia paper?
Yes, I have. Tony Vince, for my birthday, bought me Stamperia Atelier des Arts, which is my favourite, possibly my favourite paper ever. And she bought me the whole set, the 12 by 12, the 8 by 8, the ephemera pieces, the whole thing. And rice paper, I can't wait to get on with it, but I can't get past the 49 and Market at the moment. So yeah, I have, and I like it. It's absolutely beautiful stuff. Really is. I do have a problem. The problem I have with Atelier des Arts is both sides are so beautiful. It really does take me quite a while to decide which side to use. Right, I'm going to stick these birds on here. Now I know they were already in a collage, but I want them so I can position them exactly where I want them. And I want them quite high up because I'm going to put pockets along here. So I still want to be able to see them. So I think about there. So they're looking at each other. I think they're different species, but they might still be in love. Who knows? So I'm just going to really gently go around here because I just don't like it when you can see the white of the paper. There you go. Well, we had a lovely dinner today. We had curry made by Mr. F's Fair Hand. Very delicious. And I did have rice with it because you've got to eat something. And my monitor hasn't bleeped off my arm or alarmed or anything, so I think I'm all right. And I ordered some sugar-free biscuits off Amazon because I couldn't take it. I've got such a sweet tooth. I really, really have. And it was just killing me not to have anything at all that was sweet. In fact, for the last 2 days, yesterday and the day before, I felt distinctly unwell. And I think the reason was that I was having a sugar withdrawal. That's all I can think. Paracetamol weren't taking the pain. It wasn't taking the pain away. I just felt rough. So that's going to go. He's going to go there.
Tammy says she's got some Stamperia rice paper, but she has no idea what to use it for or how to use it.
Oh, right. Well, we'll get on to that at some stage. Not immediately, but yeah, I've got some and we'll have a look and see what to do with it.
Stay tuned, Tammy.
Stay tuned. There we go. So he's on there. So I'm going to leave him till he's dry before we bend him. Otherwise you can get ruckles in your paper. We don't want that. I thought I'd forgotten to ink him, but I haven't. And then we can crack on doing the pockets and everything else. So I'll have him up there, I think. Like that. I'm saying him, could be a lady. It could be a man and a lady. Could be two ladies having a chat. Frankly, it could be anything. There we go. Right, so I've got those two birds where I wanted them. Now I am just going to finish off. I don't know whether to do the back. I'll do this one. We'll consider the back. We'll give it consideration. Let me get another bit of paper out. That's nice, isn't it, with a butterfly? Let's choose that piece then. Oh, I like that. But no, let's do that one. Just don't get too excited. So let's trim that to there, then I can trim the height. Yeah, that Atelier des Arts, it would make an absolutely fabulous mini album. Which I am giving consideration to because I love making mini albums. As you know. So let's just mark the height of this one. I think I want this rather than that. Although that looks quite nice. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. Is that my mark? Where's my mark? Oh my goodness me. I think it's that one. Well, if not, it'll be wrong. Let's just have a quick check. Oh, phew, it was that one. Yeah, I like this butterfly, so it's nice to be able to include it. Now today, from Amazon, I got some vellum paper. I sent, I bought some vellum paper. They didn't just send it to me willy-nilly. Wouldn't that be lovely? Amazon's at the door. Ooh, what could it be? Just something they fancied sending you. Oh my goodness, that would be great. Yeah, so they brought my sugar-free biscuits and my vellum paper, but I can't remember where I put the vellum paper, and I really wanted it for these pockets, which was why I ordered it. Have you seen it, Mr. F, anywhere?
What's that?
Vellum paper.
Yes.
Is that it there?
Yes.
Mr. F's been busy on his work table again, so all my clutter that was in it's just been piled away. There we go. Oh, thank you, my love. So this is potentially the last bit that was sticking on. Yeah, I was amazed. I was absolutely amazed when I went through all the Edith stuff that we'd made. Because I've already sold 2 lots of Edith stuff that we made from the book. And this was what was left with. I think it was the final third of the book. There's masses. And most of it, in fairness, I can't remember making. There we go. Right. Lovely. So that's that there. So next thing to do is to make the pockets. I've got very gluey hands. I might just give my hands a bit of a once over. Ugh, horrible. Glue is such a manky thing, isn't it? It shocks me every time I go and wash my hands, just how dirty my hands are. And all I've been doing is crafting. It's not like I work down a coal pit or something. Right, that's better. That's definitely better. Let's dry them off. Lovely. Right, so I've got this vellum. I've never used it before. Plain white vellum, 150 GSM. So it's quite thick, but not too thick, hopefully, because I have got some vellum that is so thick you could build a house with it. Yeah, that feels lovely. That feels just the job. Right, so I would like it to come to about there, my pockets. So what does that measure? I don't know what you're doing there, mate. It measures 2¼ inches. 2¼ inches. So just because I can get this side into my Timmy trimmer, I'm going to cut it this way. 2¼ It doesn't look much. Is that 2¼ Yeah. Okay. And 2¼ this way. There we are. So that's it. That needs to be put away safely with the other vellum when I'm finished. So this needs to be measured out as well, just slightly smaller, so it's not bumping on the fold line. So just slightly smaller. So there's 2 pockets, and this one. Just there. Lovely. Right, so let's chop these out then. And these ones. Yeah, for whoever was asking about the Artimaze paper, I'm going to have a drink, I'm afraid. Gin and tonic today. No, it's not really. It's just water. Sparkling water. Still hasn't taken that frog out my throat. Go away, please. Most annoying. Right. Where's my little remnant that I had? Did I throw it in the bin? I've got this little remnant here. I just want to see how it takes the ink. Yeah, quite nicely. Just shows, which is fine, and it doesn't look dirty. So that's all right. Let's ink around these pockets then. Yeah, people who are asking about Artimaze paper. That'd be not good, would it, if I lost my voice? Oh my goodness, Mr. F would be so happy. Artimaze actually has a YouTube channel, and the stuff that she does is fabulous. She's, I want to be Artimaze when I grow up. She's just fabulous. I love the stuff that she does. It's on the grungy side of life, so if you're not into grungy side, you won't like what she does, but I love it. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. I'm just going to pause and clear my throat. Right, I think I've cured myself. Who knows? If I lose my voice, you don't need to hear me talk anyway, do you? We'd have to put some music on or something. Yeah, the other people that I like to watch on YouTube are Tonya Samuels, Toyna, Tonya Samuels. I just love the work she does. She is definitely the queen of flippy floppy. She's fabulous. I'm using glue on this. If you've got narrow score tape, use it. But I have, but I don't know where it is. So I'm using a very, very tiny bead of glue. Just as small as I can get away with. And I also like, well, our very lovely Kyung, of course. There we go. That's lovely. That's okay, actually. The glue doesn't look ugly, which is good. Who else do I watch? I watch Artie Mays. Oh, Crafty by Tony. Yeah, I like her. She does a lot of Timmy stuff. Crafty by Tony, Toni. Yeah, I like watching her as well. She's another British girl. I'm not just saying British people. Tanya's American. I know a lot of you like to watch Julie at Camellia Crafts Designs. She's always worth watching. She's very funny. Always worth the admission fee. There is none. I mean, it's free. It's just a saying. There we go. So that's our pockets on. And I just thought while I was doing that it would be quite nice if I had some washi tape to put on them. I'm just seeing what washi tape I've got out. Nothing that's suitable. Let me have a little bit of a look through my washi tapes. My tinny tapes anyway. See what I've got. Quite a lot actually. Let's see. They're all maps and stuff like that. That one, I don't know what that one is. I've got one somewhere that's the wallflower set. Quite where it is beyond me at the moment. Don't know where it is. Okay, I have no idea where that is. Let's have a look in my other washi drawer. See if I've got anything that I can use. There's nothing that's really floating my boat. These ones are nice. That one and these two. Not for the project I'm doing, but look at that. Isn't that fabulous? These are all in Create ones. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. But not for this project. I've got stamps, sunflowers, you name it, I've got it, but not really for this project. Okay, well I'll use one of my Timmy ones. I'll just select one. What's that one? Yeah, it's like tickets. It's greeny though, so it'll be fine, I think. Find the end. There we go. Is that the end? Is it? Heck, that's the end. There we go. Now, Timmy tape, you do need to glue think I'll put it along the top. I'm telling you, it doesn't stick, and it's doing its darndest to stick to everything. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along here. Should have put it on the pocket, actually. Would have been easier, but that's all right. So I want this end to be square. Would be a good help to start with. I'm not sure that is square. In fact, I'd say it isn't. Let's just put that along there. Like that, and trim off the ends. Washi tape, you know, it's much underused in this house, I can tell you. I really like it. I've got loads of it, as you can see. But I don't know, I just don't seem to use it as often as I should. That's just not quite square, that. And it will forever annoy me. There we go. I think that's okay. Right, so let's put some glue on here, because it's easier, I think, to put it on the pocket than the tape. Well, that's anything but square. I'll go up that line in the tape, that should help. And I want it about the same height as that one. So about there, lovely. Cut off this end, fairly square if I can. Yeah, 49 and Market washi tape. Oh my goodness, I have never seen such beautiful washi tape in my life. I just haven't. There we go. Mr. F, could you find me the book of Big Chat, or any chat? It's not here, is it? No. So that's made a considerable difference, putting that washi tape on. I like it. That's pretty square. Thank you.
Big and small. Big
and small. Just down a touch, I think. Down to there. And across. Lovely. Lovely. There we go. So we've got that. We've got a bit of decoration going on. So I've got my Big Chat book. That's what it's called, Big Chat. And do I want white or black? I probably want black. I don't know, I just gravitate towards black. I've no idea why. So this is the first one. Oh, this Big Chat, they're in words. You have to make your own sayings up. No, I'm not up to that today. I can't make my own sayings up. Let's go to the ones that are already made up for us. Right, and see what we want. Great things take time. Yeah, they do. Oh, goodness me. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. What's wrong with that? That's good. Let's just pop a bit of ink on ink. I've got ink on the brain. A bit of glue on the back of there, just so we don't want it to lift, do we? I'm just going to... Oh, does it fit? Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to put that nearer the bottom. Just down there. Like that. That's all right. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go, like that. Do your best. Never give up. Yeah, I like that. Never give up. It's easy to give up, isn't it? Sometimes. Just throw your hands up and go, no, not today. Do I want that straight in a line? If I do, I'm going to have to employ the old ruler tactic. So that is there. It's just kind of just above 3/8. There. So let's put that there. See if that looks something like central. Not really. Whoa. Hello. It's okay though. It's okay. Lovely, and just one more. Today's full of possibilities. Hold on tight to your dreams. Oh, you can never have too much happy. Yeah. You can never have too much happy. I'm quite a happy person, I would say. I have everything to be happy about, really. So let's get this sort of lined up again. And put this on nearer that end so it kind of looks a bit more symmetrical. The whole thing. There we go. Yes. So we've got leave a little sparkle wherever you go, never give up, and you can never have too much happy. Which I would say is true. Right, so now I want to fold my birds. And I just want to make sure that they're not wrinkling up. No, they're good and dry, so I can fold those over. If you fold them before the glue's dry, sometimes they just puff up each side of the bit that you're folding, and you can never get it flat again. It just never happens. So there we have it. That's lovely. It's perfect, in fact. So I'm just going to go down there with my bone folder, just to encourage it to lie like that. There we are. Now I don't know what I'm going to put in the pockets. I hadn't quite got that far. Never mind. I don't know what I'm going to put in there. So given that I don't know what I'm going to put in there, I might put nothing in there. I don't know. I could put that green, the coordinates green. Yeah. Mr. Oh, it's here. Oh, it's called Colour Core. Look, it's not called Coordinate at all. It's telling a lie. But look at all the gorgeous colours. All distress colours. Doesn't it? It just makes you want to do things when you see this card. I'm definitely a paperaholic. I think that's a better green, you know. I'm going to take this one out. Just be careful when you're taking paper out of Timmy pads because they can tear on you. So yeah, I'm going to use that one, I think. And I think I'm just going to make tags. I might put...
said today's been a study on green.
Yeah, sorry if you don't like green. I'm afraid it, yeah, it hasn't been great if you don't like green. So I'd like my tags to be about 2.5, 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. Let's do that. Pop that over there. Oh, I don't know what I got that out for. That's not going to chop much, is it? I need to get the big chopper out. 2 3/4. Okay. Which is there. I'm just going to... I can do that on the other one. I've got so much stuff down in this little corner behind me. I've got a blue roll, my scoreboard, my stamping thing, an inking board, my chopper. I've just got so much stuff, it's just ridiculous. Right, so this is 2 3/4 and... oh, it doesn't quite... 11 3/4. What height do I want it? What does 5.5 look like? 5.5 looks okay. 5 might look better, actually. Yeah, 5. So I'm going to chop this. Oh, yeah. I'm going to chop this off at 5. and 5, 5, 5, and then this 2 3/4 by 5. Right, so there we are, we've got our 3 tags. It's getting a bit scruffy on my desk now. So come over here. So these just need the tops taken off. And I'm going to do it the same, use the same template as I used for the big tags. That way then they look all coordinated.
Patricia says she's a paperholic too.
Oh, you know when I'm watching YouTube and you can hear people touching the paper and looking through paper, I love it. I love that sound. I just love paper. I always have. It's not something that suddenly happened to me when I turned 60 or anything. I have always, all my life, even at primary school, I have always loved paper. Right, so that's going to go in there. That's going to go in there. That's going to go in there.
Catherine says, my name is Catherine, I'm addicted to paper.
Yeah, I hear you. I really do.
And Jean loved it when you rattled the vellum.
Yeah, isn't it funny? We're mad. I'm not going to do anything to these. They need something on them. I'm not sure what. So rather than spoil them, I'm actually not going to do anything. But the size we've chosen is quite nice. You can see the birds through it, which is after all what it's about. So that's going to get folded up like that, and we can see that beautiful butterfly. And then this comes over the top. Now, it is up to you how you want to tie this or finish it or, you know, fasten it. You could use these Velcro dots. I would advise you, if you're going to use Velcro dots, use Velcro, the proper brand name Velcro, because I bought some from Ali. Oh my goodness me. They were thick and they were horrible, actually. I actually threw them out. Now, it takes a lot for me to throw craft supply out, and bought these Velcro ones, which are nice and thin, really grippy, and work very well. So you could put, you know, one piece of Velcro there and one there, and that would be problem solved. You could also, if you wanted to, put a piece of ribbon. You need a longer piece than this, but I'm just demonstrating to you. You could stick it to the back like that, and just bring it to the front and tie it. That would work very well and look very nice. But what I'm going to do is use a paper clip. I'm really quite into paper clips at the moment, and I love these ones. I can't remember if I showed you last week, but they've just got a little heart on. Do you see them? They're just so cute. Just so cute. So that is going to get paper clipped there, like that. So you can see the little heart. It does the job. It's not in your face. It's just there. Easy to open, easy to close. So that is that. You can, you know, go to town on yours further should you wish. I thought I had another one of those somewhere. Yeah. Here is the other version that I did, my prototype if you like, and you can see I used the yellow for that, and it's pinned as well. It's just pinned. And that's it. I didn't have my vellum, as you know, at the time, so I used just the collage, and I just used pieces of collage paper in there, because you don't want anything too thick, otherwise it won't fold up properly. So I haven't backed these as yet, and I'm really still unsure what if I'm gonna use these or not. I haven't even inked around them. I'm not sure what's going on, but they need to be shorter definitely, so I can see the birds. Otherwise it's all for naught really. But that was my prototype. That's the yellow one. So we've got a yellow one and a green one of those. And then what else have we done today? We've done these, which I think are stars of the show. I love them. Can you knock my head off for a minute, please? I'm running out of room here. Thank you. Oh, now you can just hear my disembodied voice. And then we did the ones that we did. First up, this has got stuck around some elastic. These ones. So there we have it. We've made quite a collection, haven't we, really? So there we are. If you wanted to, you could attach a little charm to your paper clip. Would jazz it up a lot, enough for my taste. You could thread a little piece of ribbon through them. There's lots you could do, really. So there's the tag for F, which was last week's. So that's the flowers there. The beautiful, absolutely stunning Prima flowers. Absolutely beautiful. And I do like that technique that we used. I think it's lovely. Looks really, really nice when you see them. Like that. Yeah, very nice. And then these ones that were the... this is the yellow, that's right. And then I made a green to kind of go with it, which are also nice from the Artie Maze collage pages. And then we made the Trifold tag. It's just a tag, except there's 3 of them joined together. So that's that. So, oh yes, I added some little flowers to that one, to the yellow one. And I could add some little green flowers to there, I suppose. Let's do that. Let's just finish it off properly. So these are just these little white flowers that I get from Hobbycraft. And they do tend to stick together. So you always have to make sure that you've parted them, because you pick up what you think is one and it's actually loads. That feels a bit thick, is it? Yeah, there's 2 there. This is when you wished you had 2 working thumbs. Come on. There we go. Is that? Yeah, there's more than one there. I can feel it. There we go. Yeah, I think that's 3 single ones. I think so. So pop these back in the bag. It's amazing how often I use them. And I've got I've got mustard seed out in a distress stain, and I've got peel paint. So let's use those, seeing as they are what's available to us. So I'm just going to put some mustard seed down. You really don't need much. These are very absorbent. And just plop it down. Pick up some colour. Squash it down with your tweezers or your bone folder, whatever you're using. That's a bit of a straight line there. Need some. There we go. Come on. Things like this just finish projects off, I think, quite nicely. So I'm just picking some up there, like that. This isn't about the yellow. This is about the green. So I want really there to be more green than yellow. So there we are. I'm just going to move those out of the way before they actually get blitzed with green. A little bit of, that's more than enough. Dip them into there. It's looking dark at the minute, but I think by the time we've dried it, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be fine, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's all right. I just like the little flashes of yellow on it. Because if you can fuss with anything, I'll fuss with it. Why would you not? Yeah, there we go. That's quite nice. Maybe a little bit more green over on this side. There we are. Yeah, lovely. Right, let's mop up this ink before something happens. Water, 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 water. Where's my water? Where's my spritzer?
Put your head back on.
Oh, thank you.
People were missing you.
Oh, disembodied voice. When we first started doing that, people used to complain, didn't they? About my head being on. They didn't like it. But we did what we normally do and ignored them. Right, I'm just going to move those two out of the way because they'll get blasted otherwise.
Or as you would put it, I'm listening, but no.
Yeah, I hear what you say, but no. Oh, this one's alive. Come here. Maybe grasp it with the tweezers is a better idea. Oh. Yeah, they do lighten up a good lot when they're dry. Oh, that's hot on my fingers. Right, there we go. They're as dry as they need to be, I think. So let's just see where we're going to put them. I quite like them with a bit of yellow on. It's worth all the fussing about, to me. I'm not saying it is to everybody. So yeah, I'm just going to put them like that. So, get my glue. God, even my tweezers are boiling.
Jean loves the yellow on them.
Thanks, Jean.
April says they look variegated.
Yeah, they do look variegated. That was the look I was going for. Well done. Who said that?
And Jen must be back because she said this tag is gorgeous.
Oh,
though
Jen.
She could be at work incognito, so don't mention her name, Jen.
Yeah, she could. What's her name? What's her alter name? I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's that long since I've used it.
Right, there we are. We've just got those 3 little flowers there. Just make a bit of a difference, I think. And I'm just going to add a pearl to the centre. Be quiet, Judy. So I've got these ones that are on this sheet and they're all stuck together and they're a royal pain to get apart. They really are. But I've got them, so I'm going to use them. They've got like glue between each of them. And it's horrible. Right, so I'm going to use the Distress Collage glue. Is that what you call it? Yeah, collage medium. Because I know that it does stick them. So I'm putting a little blob in the centre of each one. Like that. Oh, thump it down. Sorry about the noise. And then just pick these up.
Jen said she had to run to work, so glad Fiona is still going.
Oh, that's cruel, isn't it? Working when you thought it was a day off. Yeah, I'm still going, Jen. I'm still going. Whoops. Leave that there. And this one in there. So there we go. So 3 little flowers. It's not much. It doesn't need to be much. It's just it just highlights it a little bit, I think. Shows you care, isn't it? It's that extra little bit. For you, Jen, this is what we've made today. We made a yellow and a green trifold. So it opens up, it's got vellum pockets, some washi, some words, and some these, which jury's out a bit. But the theme for next week's tag is birds. Okay, so this is next week's tag. I'm actually catching up, and now I'm head of the game. And I've just closed mine with my lovely little paper clip, which I love. So that's that. So we did those. We did these. This is for my tag swap challenge, which the colour is yellow. So that's for my tag swap. And I made a green one as well, just to show you how I'd made it. And then we made these using modelling paste and embossing powder and Prima flowers, which are, I love them. I really love them. They're so pretty. So that's that. So I'm just going to put these away, and I'm just going to show you the 49er market paper that I've got. Oh, let's be careful with that green one, wherever it is. I don't want those flowers that are still wet to get stuck on anything else. Wow, that's quite a little hoard that we've made today. I'm pleased with myself. I know, I'm pleased with myself. Not that I'm big-headed or anything. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a wipe over because my papers are new and I don't want them to get marked in any way. It's quite different from papers that are normally used, so you might be surprised a little bit. You might not. Right, so it's all in this yellow box. So here it is, the big yellow box of goodies. Look at it. Look at them all. Let me get them all out so I can show you what I've got. Right, let's start at the back with the big stuff. So this is the actual paper pad, if you like. It doesn't come as a pad, it comes as separate sheets. Yeah, I think you'll have to. Yeah, that's perfect. So I just love these colours. I love the softness of it. It's called Tranquility. And we could all do with a bit of tranquility, I think. But I love these flowers. I love this flash of pink that you get every now and then. And the back sides, look at that. Who doesn't love a bit of shabby gingham? This one. And that's the back. Another bit of nice shabby gingham. Look at this with the pinks on. And those beautiful blues. Oh, come on, I love it. I love that as well. And this. That just is tranquility. It's just beautiful. But I love these little flashes that you get of colours that allow you to go on then and expand. You know, you can add these colours yourself. Look at that. Look at this. A kaleidoscope of butterflies. That's apparently the collective noun for butterflies. It's just beautiful. That's the back. Blue roses. Beautiful. There are 8 sheets. That's the back of that one. This one. This one, possibly my favourite. I love that. And that's the back. And this is the front cover. All of which you can use until you turn it over and you see that there's all this on the back, which is all very usable as well. So that's beautiful. Then this is a sheet of 12 by 12 rub-ons. It's like heaven. It's glorious. I love it. Look at these massive rub-ons that you can place wherever you want to. Butterflies, leaves, blue roses, pink roses. Just fabulous, and they can go over anything that you wish. Look at them all. They are beautiful. I know I'm going to be hoarding those. Of course you can snip into them if you want to. Then the washi tape. Look at this. This is the big washi tape. It's 3 inches wide, and it's It's just so lovely. It really is. There it is, look at that. Put it onto there and you can see it. It's just gorgeous. I mean that, you know, just a piece of that on a paper and you've cracked it. And then there's the narrower ones as well, which are probably infinitely more usable, but not quite as show-stopping. Then this is a pack of chipboard shapes, and there's words, there's all, that's what you get. Easy to show you that, isn't it? Shapes, butterflies, flowers, leaves, some tags, these sort of book plates, just great. This, which are little tags. Yes, I know I can make tags. I've made hundreds. But isn't it nice to have a bag full of tiny little tags? And just, oh, look at that. That's nice. That could be a tag or a journaling card on its own. Yeah, you get 18 of them. And I just thought, why not? Why not? Then there's this, which is more rub-ons. I'm addicted to rub-ons. Honestly, 49er Market do the best rub-ons. Honestly, they do. You get this little tool to put them on with. But honestly, you just sort of look at them and they go on. They're ever so easy. So I've got beautiful leaves and sort of, I don't know if you can see that, just sort of words with splotches and banners. It's just lovely. You've got all those butterflies. And I've got 87 die-cut pieces. Yeah. There's hearts, there's butterflies, there's those sort of Viewmaster, we used to call them here. I don't know, like a transparency circle thing. Have fun with those, putting things behind there. Tickets, hearts, loads of stuff. 87 pieces. Can't be bad. Then these, which are laser cut elements. There's 4 sheets that size. And you get all, yeah, you get like this in it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Fabulous. And this one. I mean, look at that window frame even. This is so full of potential. I absolutely love it. Any of these colours here you can pick out and run with, you know, on different pages. The pinks, this lovely sort of snow white, the greens, the blue, any of them. You can really pick them out and go with them. Add your own papers. Oh yes, and then I've got a set of Tim's worn wallpaper because I thought that went really well with it. You know, I mean, that's just perfect for it, isn't it? So I've laid that out to go in with it. And then you get these pads that are 8x6. And I think there's only one of those, but you get 3. Yeah, there's one of those and one of those, I think. You get 3 of everything else. So let me just take you through them quickly. Because they're in 3s, they're not too bad. So there's that one. Gorge. 1, 2, 3. That one. They're kind of cut down. Look at that. I adore that. They're kind of cut down versions of the 12x12, really. But sometimes they're more usable, aren't they, in smaller sizes? That's my favourite. Look at the back of that. Look at the suggestions of colour here. Beautiful. And maybe 3 of this. It's such a soft green, but yet this is such a soft blue. So the two are intermingled. And that's the back of that. And then this. That's just so pretty, isn't it? It's really, really pretty. And that's the back of that. I love this kind of mixed media look. And here's the butterflies down the side. That's the back. So all the colours are in here. They're all suggested to you. You just have to use them. The blue roses. mean, speckled egg just comes to mind instantly, and that is one of my, you know, duck egg blue. I just love duck egg blue. That one. And then this is the last one. That's it. It's really nice. Kind of goes more that way, I think, with the gingham on the back. So that is my set of papers calling me, waiting for me to come and do something, make a flippy flappy. So I'll show you the progress with that as we go, and hopefully this week I'll get to join you for a video or two. You never know, you look, do you? Not that I'm saying you're lucky because I'm doing a video. I didn't mean it that way. Right, that's me done and dusted. I hope that everybody's okay. Yeah, I do like Graphic 45. I do. I really do. Okay, so everybody looks... Yeah, rice paper is far easier than napkins to decoupage. It just is. Napkins can fall apart looking at them, to be honest. Rice paper's got a lot more substance to it when it's wet. And on that note, I'll leave you. Take care of yourselves and those you love, and don't forget to be kind, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me.
Take care,
Bye.
be safe, be happy, be kind. Bye.